How you guys doing today? It's Anthony Gangi, host of Tier Talk, and today I am at Marshall Strength Training Academy, right off Route 202. Actually, I'm sorry, it's right on Route 202 South in New Jersey, Branchburg, New Jersey. And I'm meeting with two good friends of mine, Michael Wolhfert from Justifiable Force. Check out the website, and Andre Tosada from Defensive Fits. One word. Check out the website. Both these guys are defensive tactic instructors, and today we're going to talk about, we're going to show it actually, how to do a unsecured Pat Frisk. All right, guys, I'm giving the show over to you.
Hi, I'm Mike Wolhfert from Justifiable Force. This is Andre Tosada from Defensive Fit. We're going to talk today about basic searching procedures of an unsecured inmate. So today we're going to cover a basic pat search against a non-secured individual. I always recommend, if you're going to arrest somebody, lock somebody up, you always want to handcuff them first before you do a pat search to be more secure. But not in every instance are you going to be able to put mechanical restraints on, and there are a lot of routine procedural contact with an individual that you're going to have to pat search and either handcuff afterwards or not handcuff at all, depending on the situation. So right now is going to be a pat search of a non-secured individual. So the first thing we always want to do before we do any type of pat search is maintain a reactionary gap between you and the person. We say reactionary gap because if that person decides to be non-cooperative, you have time to react in that instance. So we always say stay at least a 2 arms distance from you and the person. Number one thing we always want to do is we want to watch the person. We want to take a visual before we get close enough to go hands-on. And that visual is going to include the hands, waistband, and the face. And why do we say that? Because hands kill. Number one thing is to always monitor the hands, and we're looking at the waistband because that's where weapons are most commonly carried. It's going to be in the waistband. And also the face because the eyes are the windows to the soul, and they don't lie. So we can tell a person whether they're getting agitated, whether they're going to comply, whether they're thinking about something to do. So there's some common things we should go over in another video of pre-attack indicators that will tell us whether or not someone's going to be combative. But in a very instance of a basic search, we want to control the hands. So in this instance here, if someone has their hands in their pocket, the first thing we should be doing is controlling the hands. Take your hands out of your pocket, right? Get some type of commands. When I say commands, I say clear, concise instructions. All right? Instructions that everyone's going to be able to understand. All right? Take your hands out of your pocket. Let me see your hands. Clear, concise. At this point, when taking that visual, I'm once again looking hands, waistband, and the face. When I do that, I'm also going to now turn the person away from me. All right? So turn around. All right? I'm taking a visual of the backside. Put your arms up to the side. Palms facing me. All right? Once again, I'm taking a visual of the hands from this angle. Place your hands on top of your head, interlace your fingers. They interlace their fingers. From here is when I'm going to make my approach. They complied to every instance, every command I've given, and show no signs of being combative. At this time, I'm going to secure the hands with my hand. Grabbing inside and interlace their interlaced fingers and dropping my hand down. Now from here is when I'm going to start to conduct the Pat Frisk. Spread your feet out. Okay, now from this position, I'm going to turn them to face the camera so we can see more of the pat search. I'm going to marry my foot to the inside. Let's back up a little bit here. Marry my foot to the inside. From here, I'm going to use my hand to check the front of the waistband. Inside the thigh, outside the leg. From here, if I turn around, I can scoop down the back, across the waist. And at this point, I can change my hands and I can go and do the other side. So from this side, I marry my other foot to the inside. I can hit the front, hit the waistband, inner thigh, ankle, as well as the back of the leg, all while maintaining visual contact with the person. So I'm never looking down. I'm always looking up, and also with my vision as I look up, my peripheral vision can see. I can see what he's doing even though I'm looking at the waistband. Right? I don't want to stick my head so far in front of the person where they can grab me. Same thing here. As I bend down, I want to maintain a visual of the person. At any time, with my leg on the inside, if I feel something's happening, I can just bend my leg and immediately drop it to the ground to perform a takedown. Same thing can happen backwards. If I was here and something was happening, all I need to do is drop my elbow down, and that pulls the person going backwards. So depending upon what that person's doing, if they decide to defeat my grip at any time, I could utilize my lower half to effect the takedown, or I could use my upper body to effect the takedown from that position. So once again, if we're doing a search, I simply marry my foot. I want to hit the key critical areas, which is going to be primarily going to be the waistband, right? Upper chest, waistband, inside the thigh, and the ankle area, and also the small of the back. Those are the primary areas that I want to hit during this search. Chest, waistband. If they're wearing a collared shirt, sometimes you may flip through the collar. Depending on the type of garments they're wearing, you may want to stick your thumbs and run it through the waistband. So it really depends upon what kind of clothing they're going to wear, and depending upon how much of a search you're going to do, whether they have pockets or not, right? You may want to feel something in the pocket. You may have to want to go in there and grab it, depending upon what I feel from the outside, right? Depending upon your institutional policy. I might have to tell the person, stick your hand in your pocket and direct them to take it out. Those are decisions you have to make, all right? By law, we're allowed to go inside of the inmate's pocket. So I always say is, if I feel something I know that's not going to hurt me, that's not dangerous, well, I go right into the pocket. Depending on the institutional policy, who knows? They may tell you, let the inmate take it out. So that's really up to your own discretion. If I do find something during this pat down, what should I do immediately? All right, so if I find something during the pat down, I'm going to then hold on secure to it, obviously call the emergency procedure in your institution, and effectively control that situation. So during this pat down, if I find something that I believe to be a weapon, all right, what should I do? I immediately grab onto it. One hand or onto that weapon. If it's a weapon in the waistband, in the pocket, if I can effect some kind of takedown, depending upon the situation. But number one thing I do, I yell weapon in a loud, clear voice, and I alert others around me that there's a weapon in the area. Right? So they know responding that there's a weapon, and they know, hey, this is no longer just me taking an inmate down because I found some contraband. Now it's a fight for our lives. And that's what you got to really think about is, so controlling this person the best. If I do find a weapon in the waistband, all right? So from here, I immediately go securing onto it, or simply two hands controlling the waist, all right? Head is to the back, controlling that waistband. If he wants to reach and grab anything in his waistband, what's stopping him? My arms. He's got to go through my arms to grab whatever's in his waistband. So if his pocket's here, his waistband, if I immediately lock onto that, and he's got to go and grab inside of his pocket, he's going to have to go through my arms. That's it. He's got to go through my body to get whatever's in that pocket. A lot of times, people will tell you to effect the takedown, but here it is. If I effect the takedown and I lose control of this waistband, lose control of the pocket, what am I doing now? His arms are free, and his pocket's free, his waistband's free, and now we're all of a sudden fighting for a knife on the ground. I'd rather stay standing and control the waistline and control the pocket, because if he gets through my hands, then there's going to be a weapon in play. And it's more effective to control any type of weapon while it's still in his waistband or in his pocket than it is flailing around in his hand. That's why I attempt to control the waistband or the pocket if I do find anything that's going to harm me. Here it is. Depending upon the situation, any kind of contraband, whatever your departmental policy is on how to control contraband, that's what you have to continuously check. But these are just some tips or guidelines that I would recommend to do, especially with dealing with a weapon. One of the other things we want to address about putting people on the wall, right? I don't want to place someone on the wall and do a pat down, spread your feet out, because what's happening here, the person has 4 points of contact. So meaning, do a push up off the wall. He can push back off the wall. So I'm here doing a pat down, he decides to push off the wall. Now he has the ability to drive off of something. Be no different than he's in the prone position and he's trying to push his body up. That's why even from here, put your hand on top of your head and release your fingers. We're off the wall. So at the very least, if something happened, I can always drive this person into the wall, right? And use that to now pin him against, versus he's already in that position to drive off and throw me back. All right, so just to review real quick. So we're here. He face me real quick. So we're here. What do I do first? Visual pat down with my eyes, right? Face, hands, waistband. Put your arm on top of your head and release your fingers. I could do that first before he turns around. If I already took a visual of the hands and I want to secure his hands before he turns around, that's another option you could do as well. Turn around. He's already has his hands on top of his head interlaced. Spread your feet out. I secure the hands. I marry my foot and I do my pat down. Hitting the small of the back. from here, I checked all the critical areas. I took a visual. If anything happens, he decides to be combative, we have the answer for that. If I find something, we have the answer there. The only difference would be if this was a female individual, we would not use the palms of our hands to do the pat down. All right, when we get to the upper chest, we would just simply use the backs of our hands. We would just simply use the back of our hand as opposed to using our palm. Other than that, the pat down is going to be the same except for that general principle. So that's the one thing. I say routine, I say procedural, but that doesn't mean complacency. That doesn't mean when we do a pat down, it becomes an everyday part of the job, although that is a large part of the job. We have to approach it that anybody can be dangerous at any time. And that's what we have to look at when we think about it. Number one thing is safety, is awareness, and not being complacent in what we're doing. So stay vigilant, stay safe.
All right, so first off, guys, thank you guys, Michael Wolhfert, Justifiable Force, Andre Tosada, Defensive Fit. Guys, if you guys have a chance, please check out their website, see what they're about. They have trained many law enforcement professionals, and I'm telling you something, guys, your training on both ends have saved lives. So that's why these are my go-to experts. I have 2 other videos I've done with them, handcuffing and also weapon retention. Great videos, by the way, and that's why I always go to you guys. And as always, guys, the show is Tier Talk. If you haven't, please subscribe, interact, engage, comment, and don't forget, guys, hit that bell. That bell's going to notify you every time I post up a video. As always, guys, stay safe.
I wanted to attend a university that had an intelligence program. I wanted to look at problems different. I wanted to increase my critical thinking abilities. AMU offered those avenues to expand. Obtaining your degree as an adult, you're actually paying yourself and investing in yourself. You can't put a dollar on it, it's priceless. It's something that can never be taken away from you.
American Military University. Learn from the leader.
Being a corrections officer takes its toll on even the strongest individuals. The constant need to perform at the highest level, putting your life at risk in a hostile environment, and the mental scarring of traumatic experiences. 31% of corrections officers show symptoms of PTSD, and 66% of people with PTSD also suffer with a substance abuse problem. The Transformations First Responders program is specially designed to help veterans and officers heal from the grips of addiction and PTSD in a comfortable, supportive, and serene setting. You are not alone. If you have questions about the services we offer, give us a call at 866-762-8454 to get more information on this affordable and life-changing program.